Beloved soul, that sudden flutter in your chest. Your angels are sounding the alarm. Your future spouse is in motion toward you right now. If your entire body just tingled listening to this, know this message arrived at the perfect divine moment. Pause. Place both hands over your heart. Breathe in anticipation. Exhale doubt. Archangel Chamuel, angel of divine love, is activating your path. Subscribe and ring the bell. Your love story needs these daily angelic updates. Your like amplifies this blessing. Your share could guide another soul to their destined love. Let your spirit respond in the comments. Type, "I receive this divine union," or share which signs you've noticed lately. If this message quickened your spirit, you can support our sacred work with a super thanks. Together, we manifest more heavenly matches. Now, close your eyes and whisper divine timing. Your love revelation begins now. Your future spouse is moving toward you right now, not in some far-off someday, not in a timeline you'll only understand years from now, but right now, in this breath, in this moment, they are inching closer, step by step, choice by choice, breakthrough by breakthrough. And no, you don't see them yet, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. The angels confirm this isn't delay, this is design. Their path has been aligned to yours in ways you can't yet comprehend. Every setback they face, a redirection toward you, every lesson they learn, a preparation for how to love you well. Heaven has been working on this union long before you knew what to pray for, and every prayer you have whispered, every tear you've cried at night wondering when and how and if, none of it has been wasted. The angels caught every single one and sowed them into a future that is already blooming even now, even when it feels quiet. Because what you call waiting, heaven calls weaving. Weaving hearts, weaving timelines, weaving lives. Your future spouse isn't wandering, they're being drawn. Guided by divine instruction they don't even fully understand. Looks like coincidence to them, but it's not. It's your name whispered into their spirit. It's a stirring in their heart that they can't explain. It's a restlessness that doesn't settle until they are where they're meant to be. With you. Right now they might be sitting in silence, feeling the urge to make a bold move. They might be looking around, wondering why no connection has ever felt complete. They might be deleting the old numbers, unfollowing the distractions, breaking ties with anything that doesn't feel like truth, because they're clearing space for you. Even if they don't realize it yet, the angels have synchronized your paths. It's already done in the spirit, and soon you'll see it manifest in the natural. Don't let the stillness fool you. Beneath the surface, wheels are turning, doors are opening, hearts are awakening, and theirs? Their heart is beating for you, even now. You're not just a distant hope. You are a pull in their chest, a whisper in their sleep, a vision they haven't fully recognized but can't shake. You show up in their dreams, not always as a face, but as a feeling, a sense of home they haven't known yet but long for deeply. And every day they are moving toward it, toward you. Maybe they're applying for a job in your city. Maybe they're joining a group you've just considered signing up for. Maybe they're talking to someone who's already connected to your circle. None of it is coincidence. All of it is confirmation. Because heaven isn't random. It's relentless. Once your names were sealed together in divine agreement, There was no going back, no delay that could derail it, no mistake that could unwrite it. This is the kind of love that has been ordained. And while it hasn't arrived in your hands yet, it's been written in your spirit since before you were born. What you feel isn't delusion. It's memory. Your soul remembers what your eyes haven't seen, and theirs does too. So even now, when your mind wonders if you're just imagining it, when doubt creeps in and whispers, it's never going to happen. Remember, heaven is not in a hurry, but it is always on time. Your person isn't late. They're being refined, and so are you. You are not just waiting for a spouse. You are being prepared for a mission, a partnership with purpose, a union with power, a love that heals generations. This isn't about getting married. It's about being equally yoked. You've been growing roots so your love can carry fruit, so your future children, or the lives you'll influence together, will know what divine love looks like, lived out loud. And while the world keeps rushing, you're learning how to rest, because divine timing requires divine trust. The one you're waiting for isn't perfect, but they're faithful, and they're getting closer with every brave step. The move they're about to make, it will shift everything. A decision is coming, and it will set the stage for your divine encounter. So breathe, not because you figured it out, but because heaven already has. And when the day comes, when your eyes meet, when your hands find each other, when your spirits whisper, it's you, you'll realize it didn't come from effort, it came from alignment, and you'll say, I waited well, I trusted deeply, and now I receive fully. Type it if you believe it. It's not far, it's near, and it's mine. There, closer now than they've ever been. Not just in distance, but in readiness. Their heart has softened. Their mind has stilled. Their spirit is listening more closely than ever, because something in them knows they're about to collide with destiny. They may not know it's you just yet, but their soul does. That pull they can't explain. It's you. That sudden shift in desire to leave what's familiar, to grow beyond their comfort zone, to seek something deeper. That's the call of your connection, and heaven is clearing the path. Moving people, restructuring schedules, breaking contracts that weren't written in light. Everything unnecessary is being stripped, because what's ahead is too sacred to be cluttered by what no longer serves. They are being pruned, not punished. Prepared for a love that won't require them to perform, for a love that will meet them in truth. For you, they are waking up to a new awareness, a divine remembering. Their soul is whispering, there's more, and I'm meant to find it. And as they follow that whisper, it brings them to moments, small, holy, ordinary moments that lead them closer to your street, to your voice, to your story. You may even feel them already, like a breeze passing through your spirit, a warmth you can't explain, a knowing that lives deep in your chest. That's not fantasy. That's prophecy. The angels are aligning your timelines with mathematical precision and holy grace. You're being positioned, not for performance, but for partnership. This union will not be rushed, but it will be revealed. And when it is, it won't look like the movies. It'll look like confirmation in how your spirit settles when they enter the room. in the way you exhale, not because you found someone to impress, but because you found someone who lets you be. Their presence will feel like a song your soul already knows. Their voice will sound like something you once heard in a dream. You'll recognize each other by what doesn't have to be said, and you'll look back on this waiting season, not with bitterness but with reverence, because you'll understand why the delay was necessary. You weren't just waiting for them, you were becoming you, becoming soft in the right ways, strong in the right places, clear in what you deserve, and so were they, becoming someone who could hold your truth without flinching, becoming someone who could love you without needing to fix you, becoming someone who wouldn't see your intensity as too much, but as exactly enough. This love won't be fragile, it won't be rooted in fear, it will be planted in purpose, watered with prayer, and guarded by angels. You won't have to chase it. You'll align with it, because it will feel like breathing, not begging. It will come with peace, not confusion, and when it does, you won't need a sign. You'll know, because your spirit has already met theirs, in dreams, in meditations, in divine moments you couldn't explain. The veil between your realities has been thinning, and soon eyes will meet, hearts will leap, and heaven will whisper, "This is the one." So if you feel tired right now, rest. If you feel unsure, surrender. If you feel ready, open, because the future isn't coming. It's approaching with every heartbeat, with every angelic nudge, with every sacred shift. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not late. You are right on time. And so are they. Say it now. To heaven, to yourself, to your soul. I align. I allow. I am ready. Let this union be holy, not hurried. Let it come in peace. Let it come with purpose. Type it if you feel it. This love is mine, and it is finding me now. That unexpected sense of anticipation you've been feeling, that flutter in your chest with no clear reason, that's not anxiety. That's your soul sensing their approach. Your spirit knows what your eyes haven't seen yet. The same way the wind shifts before the rain, the same way the birds grow quiet before dawn. Your soul feels what's coming. You're not making it up. You're remembering it early, and that song about reunion that keeps playing, that melody that catches your breath, that lyric that seems written just for you. It's not coincidence. It's alignment. It's the universe humming the soundtrack to your love story. A divine refrain echoing through time. A reminder that even when you feel alone, you are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not overlooked. You are simply being prepared for what you're about to receive. The strangers who've smiled at you for no reason. The gentle glances. The warmth you feel walking past someone who feels familiar, even if you've never met. Those are heaven's way of saying, just a little longer. Keep going. Don't give up before the unveiling. You are not imagining it. There's a shift happening in the unseen, a stirring in the spirit realm, and your body, your heart, your intuition is catching it. They're on their way, not in theory, not in dream, but in divine reality. The kind of reality that begins long before you see it. The kind that unfolds in layers, in signs, in synchronicities, in the way your breath catches when you feel watched, by love, by destiny, by the one who has been circling you in prayer and preparation. Right now, as you read this, they may be sitting, alone, reflecting on every misstep, every loss, every ache that brought them to the edge of surrender. And on the other side of that surrender, they've felt you in waves, not by name, but by frequency, not by logic, but by love. They've heard your voice in their silence, seen glimpses of your face in dreams they couldn't explain. They know something is coming. Something that feels like rest after a long journey, like a lighthouse after years at sea, and you've felt it too. That shift in the air, that pull in your heart, that moment when your favorite number appears out of nowhere, that whisper from the universe saying, prepare. The angels have been orchestrating this union with precision. Nothing has been wasted, not your tears, not your lonely nights, not the times you settled then walked away. All of it was shaping your recognition, sharpening your vision. So when this love arrives, you don't question it. You don't run from it. You receive it. Because you'll know, this is not like the others. This is not a repeat of old wounds. This is not a lesson. This is a reward, a response, a resurrection of everything you thought was lost. They are coming toward you, carrying their own version of the ache. They know now what matters. They've let go of what once distracted them, and their spirit keeps whispering, it's time. The anticipation you feel is mutual. They've been restless, uneasy in rooms that once made them feel safe, discontent with options that once seemed enough, because nothing fits anymore that doesn't sound like you. Their old life is crumbling quietly, not in chaos, but in clarity. So don't be surprised if you wake up feeling like something's different, because it is. The energy is rearranging. The alignment is approaching, and all you have to do is stay open. Don't rush. Don't force. Just prepare. The same way a bride prepares in silence, not knowing the exact moment her groom will appear. You are in the bridal season of your soul, cleansing, clarifying, crowning yourself in dignity again, because love is on the horizon, the real kind, the kind that doesn't make you question your worth, the kind that doesn't come wrapped in confusion, the kind that feels like exhaling. You'll recognize them not just by how they speak, but by how your nervous system settles in their presence. You'll feel safe without explanation, seen without performance, loved without condition, and the anticipation you feel now, it's your soul dancing ahead of schedule. It's joy approaching from behind the veil. It's heaven tapping you on the shoulder saying, get ready. You're almost there. And every moment from now until then is holy. Every encounter, every dream, every silent prayer. This is your final preparation. So keep noticing the lyrics that match your thoughts, the numbers that follow you, the sudden peace in the middle of chaos. These are not accidents. They are breadcrumbs left by heaven, leading you toward the altar. Not just a physical one, but the altar within your heart, where truth meets timing, where hope meets home, where your soul says, finally. And when they arrive, it will be quiet. Not fireworks, not fanfare, just that undeniable knowing that this is who you've been waiting for, that this is what love was always meant to feel like. No more pretending, no more shrinking, just presence, just partnership, just peace. So hold on. Smile at the strangers who smile first. Sing with the songs that stir your spirit. Breathe through the anticipation, because what you're feeling isn't random, it's revelation. And it means they are closer than ever. They are ready, and very soon you'll both step into the scene heaven's been writing for years. Together, type, my spirit is ready. I trust what's unfolding. They're not the same person they were a year ago, not even close. They've been shedding skin they didn't realize they were wearing. Layers of guilt, patterns of silence, masks they wore to be accepted. Gone. They've been releasing the baggage they once thought was just part of them. Old expectations, old wounds, old echoes of people who said, "You'll never be enough." They've laid it all down, not because it was easy, but because their soul demanded it. They couldn't carry it into the next chapter, the one with you in it. They've walked through fire you'll never see, sat alone with the weight of their choices, faced memories that used to haunt their sleep. But now, the smoke is clearing. And what remains is something true, something refined, something real. They've been doing the kind of work the world doesn't clap for, the quiet kind, the brutal kind, the kind where no one applauds but heaven takes note. And every lesson, every tear, every midnight confession was shaping them for you. Not to arrive as a savior, not to be your everything, but to stand beside you, whole, honest. Ready, because love like yours can't be received by someone still tied to the past. So they've been cutting cords one by one, letting go of names they used to whisper, unfollowing old attachments, deleting numbers they used to pray would text back, not because they didn't love before, but because they've learned that love without healing only hurts. They had to learn the difference. And now, they know what they want. They know what they won't tolerate, and they know the value of a heart like yours. They used to run from intimacy. Now they're learning to run toward it. They used to fear commitment. Now they see it as a sacred vow. They used to think love was about perfection. Now they know it's about presence. And when they whisper at night, "I feel something coming," it's not just a hunch. It's a soul signal, a pull toward a future they can't explain, but can't ignore. They're dreaming of someone they haven't met, but already miss. They're preparing for a home they've never seen, but already crave. And they're praying, even if their lips don't move, even if they don't believe in prayer the way you do, their spirit is praying. It sounds like, "Let them be patient. Let them still believe. Let them recognize me when I arrive." Because deep down they know they're becoming who they need to be. For you, for this union, for the mission you'll walk together. And there's one more whisper that returns every night. Please be worth the wait, not because they doubt you, but because they're hoping that all this pain, all this purging, all this becoming leads to something holy. They want it to be you. They hope it's you, the one who sees past their history into the softness they've reclaimed. The one who doesn't flinch when they tell the truth about their failures, their fears, their fumbling faith. They want to be met with grace, not judgment, with presence, not performance, with hands that hold, not hands that point, and they're preparing to be the same for you. Because love, as they're learning, is not about finding the perfect person. It's about choosing someone sacred and showing up for them, even when it's inconvenient, even when it's terrifying, even when the world says, "Try again somewhere easier." They're not looking for easy. They're looking for true. And they believe, somewhere out there, you are doing the same. Letting go of your own ghosts. Laying down your own armor. Becoming softer without becoming smaller. Learning how to receive without suspicion. Learning how to ask without shame. Learning how to love yourself so deeply that when they arrive, they don't have to fill a hole. They just get to add to your wholeness. You both are becoming. And though you haven't met yet, you're already walking the same direction. Already aligned in values, in vision, in vibration. You're healing so you can hold each other gently. You're expanding so you can give each other space. You're strengthening so you can walk through the storm and stay. So don't despise this becoming season. Don't rush the growth. Don't wish away the work. Because this love, it's too big to arrive in a half-built heart, and heaven knows it. So the angels are guiding them, softly, faithfully. They show them glimpses of you, in books, in strangers, in dreams that linger longer than they should, and they think, who are they? Where are they? When will I find them? They don't realize. You're asking the same. And the beauty is, you won't find each other. You'll recognize each other. Because your spirits already know. Your hearts are already rehearsing the rhythm. Your souls are already exchanging strength in the unseen. So let that anticipation rise. Let that hope stretch its wings again. You're not delusional. You're not dreaming. You're discerning. You're awakening to what your spirit always knew. They were never supposed to stay who they were, and neither were you. This becoming is mutual. This transformation is holy, and the reward, it's not just love. It's legacy. The kind that doesn't just change your life, but generations after you. So breathe deep, keep rising, keep becoming, because they're doing the same. And when you finally meet, you'll know. It wasn't time that brought you together. It was truth. The truth that you were becoming for each other all along. Type, I'm becoming ready, and they are too. That missed connection last month. Divine protection. What felt like a lost opportunity was really a detour guided by heaven's hand. You didn't miss your chance. You dodged what would have delayed your promise. You were rerouted, not because you failed, but because you're being prepared for something bigger, wiser, more lasting. The conversation that ended abruptly, it wasn't rejection. It was release. So that what's meant for you doesn't have to compete with what isn't. That relationship that didn't work out, that one you prayed would stay. Sacred redirection. It didn't end because you weren't enough. It ended because it wasn't aligned. Not with your purpose, not with your growth, not with the love heaven is preparing for you. If it hurt, it's because you were loyal to the lesson. But the angels want you to know, loyalty to pain is not proof of love. You let go, not because you gave up, but because you woke up, and that awakening, it was the beginning of everything new. The lonely nights, the ones where silence screamed louder than words. Preparation. For a love so deep, it needed space to stretch out, room to root itself in peace. Not chaos. Those nights weren't empty. They were sacred classrooms, where you learned to soothe your own fears, where you remembered how to befriend your solitude, where your heart grew wide enough to hold someone else's truth without breaking. What you call loneliness, heaven calls refinement. Those tears, water for the seeds you didn't even know were planted, and now something is sprouting. You can't see it fully yet, but you feel it. Like a breeze that carries a scent you recognize, but can't name. That's not your imagination. That's your spirit recognizing the nearness of fulfillment. Because every not yet was never a no. It was a holy pause, a divine inhale before the exhale of blessing. It was the space between lightning and thunder, the flash of truth and the echo of arrival. Not yet has been the whisper of timing, not punishment, not denial, but sacred restraint, because heaven knew what's coming deserves your full attention, your open hands, your healed heart, your anchored soul. You are not being withheld from, you are being prepared. Prepared for a love that won't confuse you, a love that doesn't require guesswork, a love that speaks clearly even in silence. Even now, the pieces are shifting, the people, the places, the paths. Heaven has moved mountains behind the scenes to make room for this promise. The person who ghosted you, that was grace, because if they could disappear once, they would have disappeared again, just when you needed them most. You don't need placeholders, you need presence. You don't need performers, you need partners. And what's coming is exactly that, a partner in every sense. Someone who doesn't just show up when it's easy, but who chooses you on the days you feel most unlovable, who sees past the surface into your sacredness, who holds space for your softness and never punishes your honesty. That kind of love takes time. It takes preparation. It takes pruning. You've been in the soil long enough. The roots are deep. The foundation is ready. Now it's almost time to rise. Every delay, a mercy. Every detour, a map to something higher. Every goodbye, a clearing for your yes. And the love that's coming, it will not just walk through your door. It will recognize the work you've done. It will honor the quiet battles you've fought. It will kneel before the altar of your growth and say, I see you, all of you, and I'm not going anywhere. You won't have to chase. You won't have to convince. You won't have to wonder if you're too much. You will be met. And that meeting, it's closer than you think. Every not yet has led to this almost there. You're not being overlooked. You're being perfectly positioned in love, in timing, in truth. Because heaven's promises don't expire and the angels don't forget. They've seen your waiting. They've guarded your becoming. They've whispered encouragement when you were ready to settle, and they held back the counterfeits so you wouldn't miss the real thing. Now you're nearing the threshold, the space between almost and here, where your soul will sigh. This is what I've been waiting for. Not flashy, but faithful. Not instant, but intimate. Not perfect, but purposeful. So breathe, not because you're done, but because you're ready. Say thank you for every door that closed, every heart that walked away, every plan that didn't pan out, because they weren't rejections, they were redirections, gifts in disguise, saving you time, saving you energy, saving you from losing yourself in what could never hold you. You are being returned to yourself, and in that returning, you'll find them. The one whose name is stitched into your becoming, the one whose voice will feel like remembering, the one who's already whispering from the other side of the veil, I'm almost there. Can you feel it? It's in the shift of the wind, in the hush before breakthrough, in the ache of hope that won't be silenced. You're not imagining it, it's real, and it's on its way. Type, every not yet was building this, and I'm ready to receive it. There's a stillness coming over your spirit now, not the silence of loneliness, but the hush of divine preparation, the kind of peace that doesn't make sense to the mind, but makes perfect sense to the soul. You don't feel rushed anymore. You feel ready because now you understand. Waiting was never wasted. It was sacred. And everything that said not yet was actually heaven saying, not this, not them, not now, because something greater was still being woven, not just for your benefit, but for your becoming, and theirs. Because somewhere out there, They were walking their own wilderness, losing things they thought they couldn't live without, letting go of loves that didn't honor them, facing shadows they didn't yet know how to name. But now they're changing. Their prayers are getting deeper, their eyes softer, their discernment sharper. They're learning the difference between what's attractive and what's anointed, between chemistry that burns out and connection that burns. Through the storms, just like you, they've had their own not-yets. And just like you, they're now standing on the edge of an almost there. That's what you feel. That trembling in the atmosphere, that subtle knowing in your chest, that random moment of peace in the middle of your ordinary. It's them, approaching, not just in body, but in alignment, in intention, in healing. And it's not just about meeting at the right time. It's about meeting at the right level. Because real love, the kind that changes your life without controlling it, it can't come when you're still clinging to the old version of you. And neither can it come while they're still chasing approval from places that never saw their worth. So you were both pulled into the quiet, not to be punished, but to be prepared. Because your love story, it's not just a romance. It's a realignment of timelines, a sacred echo being fulfilled in the now. It's not late, it's not lost, it's right on time. Even the setbacks were synchronized, even the silence was strategic, because heaven doesn't just move in miracles. Heaven moves in moments, subtle ones, still ones, the kind where you almost miss it, until your soul starts singing. And now the song is rising, faintly at first, but louder each day. It rises when you catch your reflection and finally feel proud of the person you've become. It rises when you say no to something almost good, because you know something holy is coming. It rises when you choose rest over reaching, surrender over struggle, wholeness over hurried love. You're not just waiting anymore. You're preparing your altar, making space in your life for a love that's sacred. And your angels, they're already lighting the candles, already clearing the path, already whispering to the one who carries your name in their prayers. Almost there, just a few more steps. So, let it be slow if it needs to be. Let it be quiet if that's how it must arrive. Don't measure it by speed. Measure it by depth. Because when it comes, it will not feel like adrenaline. It will feel like alignment. You won't have to question it, because your soul will already know. And all the not yets, they'll dissolve in the warmth of that recognition, like ice melting in the hands of the one who was meant to hold you. You'll forget the timelines you were trying to meet. You'll laugh at the pressure you used to carry, and you'll say with a full heart, this was always the moment. Not when you got it all right. Not when you became perfect, but when you became open, soft, ready. And that's what you are now. Ready not just to meet them, but to see them, to recognize the growth in their eyes, to welcome the journey that brought them here, to offer what you've cultivated in the quiet, your truth, your tenderness, your time, and in return, they'll give you the same. Because this kind of love doesn't just receive, it mirrors, it meets, it multiplies, and the ones who make it to this place, they don't run when it gets deep, they don't freeze when it gets real, they lean in, they say, I waited too long to hold back now. I learned too much to play small with you. I see you, and I choose you. Not once, but daily, and together. You will build what no storm can shake. A union founded in faith, not fantasy. A rhythm of love that doesn't perform, but protects. So if you've been hearing the whispers, feeling the shift, catching signs that seem too aligned to ignore, you're not crazy. You're being called forward. Keep rising, keep trusting, keep watering your own garden, because they're doing the same. And when your timelines merge, it will be undeniable, unshakable, unforgettable. You'll know. Every not yet had a name, and it was always this. Type it if your spirit agrees. I bless the wait. I receive what's aligned. I am ready. One ordinary day when you least expect it, in the middle of errands, in the middle of living, in the middle of wondering if it will ever happen, your eyes will meet, and everything will shift, not outside of you, but within you. A pause will settle over the moment, like the universe taking a breath, like heaven leaning in to watch. And time, it won't disappear, but it will slow, long enough for your heart to catch the memory it didn't know it had, long enough for your soul to whisper, "Oh, there you are." Not in surprise, but in recognition, because something ancient will rise in that glance. Something older than your fears, older than your waiting, older than the stories that said love had to hurt. This won't feel like the start of something new. It will feel like the return of something true, a homecoming, a remembering, a reunion that doesn't need explanation, just presence, just silence, just breath. Not because they're perfect. They won't be, and neither will you, but because they're yours and you are theirs, not by possession, but by promise. The kind of promise that lives in the marrow of your bones, that traveled with you from lifetimes past, that waited quietly beneath the surface through every heartbreak, almost every closed door. And the angels, they will smile, because they saw it coming all along. They watched you both grow, watched you both grieve, watched you both choose healing, even when it was easier to stay numb. And now the moment has arrived, quietly, softly, undeniably. Every prayer you thought went unanswered was stored, held, watered by your tears. Every time you whispered, "God, don't let me miss it," heaven was listening. Every moment of doubt, it wasn't a detour. It was a deepening. So you wouldn't just attract love, you'd become ready to receive it. Because this love, it doesn't knock down your door, it walks through it. With peace, with presence, with the kind of calm that doesn't need loud declarations, just steady eyes and a heart that says, "I don't want to impress you, I want to know you." And when they reach for your hand, you'll notice your fingers don't shake. You'll feel grounded, not giddy, still, not spinning, because your soul isn't confused. It's home. And in that moment, you'll see it all. The purpose of the waiting, the reason for the endings, the beauty in the breakdowns. Because it led you here, not to a fantasy, but to fulfillment, not to a rescue, but to a reunion. This love won't try to fix you. It will honor you. It will witness you. It will make room for all the versions of you that others tried to silence, and it won't be afraid of your depth. In fact, it will swim there with joy, because they too have grown tired of shallow things. They too have searched, have wandered, have whispered, "I'm ready," into the dark. And now you've both arrived, not in perfection, but in presence, not in fantasy, but in faith. You'll talk for hours and still feel like there's more to uncover. You'll sit in silence and feel like you're hearing music. And every time you wonder, could this really be it? Their actions will answer yes. Yes, it can. Yes, it is. Yes, it was always meant to be. Because there is a difference between someone who enters your life for a season and someone who was written into your life before you were born. And this is that. This is soul contract, sacred assignment, a divine echo finally coming full circle. And every version of you who cried will exhale. Every version of you who settled will rise. Every version of you who doubted will kneel in gratitude. Because love will not just arrive, it will restore. The joy, the hope, the softness, the belief, all of it will return. Not as a wave, but as a steady tide, bringing peace to every place that once felt empty. So hold on just a little longer. Live your life, laugh without fear, grow with curiosity, heal what still stings. Because one ordinary day, without a sign, without a warning, without a dramatic build-up, they will appear, and the angels, they will rejoice, not with trumpets, but with tears, because they know how hard it was to wait. They know how tempted you were to give up. They know what it cost you to keep hoping. But now, the wait is over. And the reward, it will make every sacrifice worth it. Type it and claim it in your spirit. My love is arriving. Ordinary day, extraordinary promise. They won't complete you, because you were never broken. They'll complement you, like harmony to melody, like sunlight to soil, not by erasing your scars, but by honoring the strength that shaped them. They won't arrive to rescue you, because you already did that. You already stood back up. You already walked through fire. They're not here to fix the pieces. They're here to witness the masterpiece, not by filling your emptiness, but by matching your wholeness. Because you've done the work. You've faced yourself in the silence. You've stopped running from the mirror. You've learned how to be your own sanctuary. And now they come, not to carry you, but to walk beside you. Equal, awake, aligned. They'll challenge you, but not to break you, to build you, to stretch you gently, to say, I see more in you, and I'll hold space while you reach for it. Their presence won't be pressure. It will be permission to evolve, to rest, to breathe deeper into who you're becoming. Because the love they offer, it won't be possessive. It will be partnership, not a cage, but a canvas where you paint your days side by side, where no dream is too big to hold together, where friction doesn't lead to division, but to refinement, iron sharpening iron. Soul sharpening soul. They'll love you in ways that make you soften, not because you're weak, but because you're finally safe. You'll find your shoulders relaxing in rooms you used to shrink inside. You'll find your voice getting stronger in conversations where you once silenced yourself. You'll find laughter returning to places that used to echo with fear. Because love like this, it doesn't demand your defenses. It disarms them gently, steadily, over time. And when they say, I love you, it won't be out of habit. It will be out of awareness. They'll know what they're choosing. They'll have seen your shadows. They'll have heard your silence. They'll have touched your vulnerability and treated it like sacred ground. And they will still say, I'm here. Not once, but daily. Because choosing you won't be a one-time event. It will be a rhythm, a ritual, a quiet vow repeated in morning coffee, in evening texts, in steady hands that refuse to let go. They'll choose you in ways that make you believe in forever, without fearing its fragility, believe in goodness without waiting for it to disappear, believe in love, the kind that stays, that deepens, that outlasts the storms, because this isn't just romance, it's destiny fulfilled, the alignment of two paths that wandered farly to meet exactly where they were meant to. It's prophecy taking form in human skin, two hearts that kept searching until heaven whispered, now, here, this. You'll know it not because it's perfect, but because it's peaceful. Not because it moves fast, but because it moves true. And when they look at you, you'll feel it. That quiet knowing that says, they're not here to complete me. They're here to walk with me, grow with me, witness me. And you'll do the same, because you've both done the digging. You've both planted in the dark. You've both waited for rain and believed in bloom. And now it's harvest time. Now it's time to build, not on fantasy, but on foundation, on shared values, on shared vision, on truth. You'll talk about the hard things, not with fear, but with trust. You'll disagree, not to win, but to understand. You'll make mistakes, but you'll repair, not retreat, because this love won't idolize perfection. It will honor process. It will celebrate presence. It will hold you accountable, but never hostage. And that kind of love changes things. It changes you. Not into someone new, but into more of who you always were, underneath the survival, underneath the proving, underneath the performance. You'll feel safe enough to stop performing, to be soft without apology, to speak without shrinking, to rest without guilt, and they'll feel the same, because this is the kind of union where both people grow, where both people become, where both people rise, not through pressure, but through partnership. You won't always get it right. There will be tears, misunderstandings, moments when your wounds speak louder than your love. But even then, you'll stay, you'll listen, you'll lean in, because the goal was never perfection. It was presence. It was choosing each other over and over, especially when it's not easy, especially when it's not pretty, especially when it's real and real love. It's messy, it's humbling, it asks everything of you, but it gives more than it takes. It gives healing, it gives clarity, it gives belonging, not as ownership, but as a mirror, a reflection of what it looks like to be truly seen and still fully loved. So when they arrive, don't look for grand speeches. Look for consistency. Look for curiosity. Look for care. Not in the highs, but in the ordinary, in how they hold space for your silence, in how they celebrate your small wins, in how they stay when things get quiet. That's where you'll know. This isn't just attraction. This is assignment. This is what heaven prepared you for. This is the fulfillment of every whispered prayer that said, "Send me someone I can build with. Send me someone who grows with me. Send me someone who sees me and stays." And when they come, when your eyes lock across an ordinary moment, you'll hear your soul whisper back, "I know you. I've waited for you. I'm ready." Type it to claim it. I no longer seek completion. I prepare to partner in wholeness. They're closer than you think, closer than the distance. Your doubts keep measuring. Closer than the silence that used to echo louder than truth. Closer than the heartbreak that once told you love had passed you by. They are near, not just geographically, but spiritually, emotionally, energetically aligned. They're more ready than you know, not perfect, but prepared, not polished, but present. They've been doing the work silently, sacredly, behind doors you never thought to knock on. They've been laying foundations for the life you're about to build together, clearing space in their heart, making room in their spirit. They're more certain than you dare believe, because you've been conditioned to brace yourself, to wait for disappointment, to question joy when it shows up. But this isn't temporary bliss. This is timeless alignment. This isn't hope. It's divine promise. Not just wishful thinking, not just a fantasy written in fragile ink, but a heavenly covenant etched into eternity, signed with the ink of sacred timing, sealed by the prayers you forgot you even prayed. And soon, very soon, you'll turn a corner, not a dramatic one, not one marked by fireworks or thunderclaps, but an ordinary one, a Tuesday, a routine walk, an unexpected message, an unassuming moment that carries extraordinary weight. You'll look up and feel the shift, not in your eyes first, but in your chest. The rhythm will change, the atmosphere will still, and something inside you will whisper, "This is it. This is the moment your soul's been orbiting toward. This is the convergence, the clarity, the divine collision of two timelines finally catching up to each other." You'll realize the wait is over, and not because you forced it, not because you manipulated it, but because you surrendered. You let go of the counterfeit paths. You released the desperate prayers. You allowed yourself to become whole instead of trying to be chosen. You started becoming the partner you once longed for. And that choice, that inner shift, it changed everything. It called in someone who's also been choosing growth over comfort, healing over hiding, truth over pretending. Someone who's been orbiting their own sacred path, unaware that they were circling closer to you all along. You'll realize fate wasn't late. It was exact. It was pruning the garden. It was softening your edges. It was setting the stage for something you could finally recognize as real, as safe as home, and the one who stands before you. They'll recognize it too. They'll feel the same sudden calm, the same breathless knowing, the same gentle ache of remembering what their soul forgot for a while, but never really lost. Because this love, it isn't new. It's ancient. It's been echoing through lifetimes, through dreams, through whispers in the night, and now it's here, standing in front of you, smiling without needing words. They'll say it with their eyes. "I've been looking for you. I didn't always know where to go, but somehow every step brought me closer to you. And you? You'll respond not with fear, but with peace, because you'll feel it too, that soft, sacred hush, that holy pause in your heart that says, "I know. I'm ready. Thank you for finding me." And the angels, they will rejoice, not because it finally happened, but because you finally stopped running from it. You stopped rushing it. You stopped believing love had to hurt in order to be real. And now it's here. Not screaming, not demanding, but steady. And your body will know before your mind does. The way your shoulders drop, the way your laughter flows more freely, the way your guard dissolves without you even noticing. Because this love, it doesn't need permission to feel like home. It just is. So believe them when they show up. Believe the ease. Believe the timing. Believe the sacred unfolding of every no that led you to this yes. Because the wait wasn't wasted. It was preparation. Every tear, a seed. Every unanswered question, a paving stone. Every season of silence, an echo chamber preparing your ears to hear their truth. And now you will hear it. In the way they speak to you without performance. In the way they hold you like something precious and not fragile. In the way they show up again and again, not to impress, but to build. They are not here to save you. They are here to stand beside you, to co-create, to co-rise, to co-love with clarity. And when you ask, where have you been all this time? They'll smile softly and say, becoming the person you deserve. And it will make sense. All of it. The delays, the redirections, the long nights where it felt like heaven was silent. It wasn't. Heaven was strategic. It was aligning more than one life. It was synchronizing two destinies. It was ensuring that when you met, you wouldn't just fall in love. You'd be ready to hold it. So hold it, gently, gratefully, sacredly. Because this love, it isn't just for now. It's for the days when life gets loud. It's for the moments when the world feels unkind. It's for the mornings when you need reminding that you're not alone. They are here, closer than you thought, more ready than you, knew more certain than you dared believe, because this isn't hope, this is holy alignment, and the wait, the long, aching wait, it's over. Type this and let heaven witness your readiness. I receive this love. The wait is over, and I am home.